I remember Monty liking how Aaron gets slammed on the ground. You know, he said, I like the slam. And you hear him go, ah, too. You hear it like in his chest, which is cool.
He's got an abrasion on his face because they slammed him. And I took a lot of spills myself. Luckily, I didn't hurt myself or scratch my face, but I think all of us who were running through the brush took a lot of spills. Noah just might have been the only one to be actually inverted completely. All the scenes in Andrew's home were shot in my real home that I grew up in Las Vegas.
Why not the perfect location? Why reconstitute it in a studio? You got it right there.
Yeah, we shot all Monty's scenes in his real bedroom, which was kind of a hoot, you know?
Yep, that's the bedroom I grew up in.
Is that your rabbit with antlers?
No.
So that helped me, because looking around the room, it was so, no set designer could have put that together. Just the innuendo or the doll or the toy or the picture or the night table and I remember there were so many remotes. So that says to me, I'm in bed a lot, I watch a lot of TV, I watch a lot of stuff.
Just save it, okay? You low-life junkie.
Don't you talk to me like that. I found the situations scary and volatile because I felt it was the kind of mother I could have been.
Andrew, I am not taking any drugs.
Without divine intervention, I would have become that mother. And my child would have been like that. So I found it a wonderful exercise of what might have been.
She asked to put something in the box so she could actually respond to it, and he didn't tell her what he was going to put in there, and he put a freaking Glock in there.
Yeah.
She was actually opening up and looking at a real weapon. So.
You're kidding.
No, it's real.
Why did he have a Glock?
Okay, bye. Wow, I think he actually went to
I
school
wish I
with
could
us for
answer
once.
that.
We're getting ready for a scene where she just has emotionally lost it. The lights were already set up, and I walked by the room, and she was curled up in a ball, crying. And this is legitimately 10 minutes before we're gonna start filming. And I just thought, wow, I've never seen that type of preparation. I wonder what she was, pulling up into her mind.
I felt the heart of a woman in grief and a woman in guilt, whatever the source of that guilt is. And that's why she can overlook things. And somewhere this mother lost her authority because he doesn't respect her, doesn't pay attention. So when she speaks, he just blows her on by because she has no real authority.
Don't you walk away from me when I'm talking to you! Andrew!
Then I take my pills because I'm trying to ease the pain of all those things.
Even though she had worked with some of the true giants in the movie business, like Clint Eastwood and Michael Mann, never once did she treat me as anything less than her director. And I really appreciated that.
And I know she did buy everybody food one day because we were having a rough day and craft services was slipping and she hooked up a ton of food.
The crew always has to have the best food, the best of everything, because they work so hard. They need some hope.
Anyway, what were we just talking about?
I remember Jessica Steinberg's ass. How nice is that thing?
Yeah, that thing.
I'll tell you, the people around him were diamonds. They were just amazing. So if he has that kind of ability to attract those kinds of people, he's halfway home.
I was basically getting absolutely frustrated. I was extremely happy for him at the same point, but I still have my own little universe that needs to be taken care of. And I wanted to be on front of that camera, and I wanted to be acting those scenes, and I'm seeing him, getting applauded, and doing one scene after another. I'm like, he's doing a great job. But when am I gonna get up? This is getting crazy. And then, because we weren't on the payroll. What'd you pay them?
SAG scale.
Really?
Yeah. Although they didn't get the money.
He would call me in the beginning of the shoot, so I'm there all day long.
I would say just hang around. I might need you in a shot, but I'm not sure. And they put up with a lot. They really did.
But as the days went on, I was like, you know what? I started making prank calls. I was doing anything I could to entertain myself on the set.
What do you need, sir?
Well, I'm with the crew of Self-Medicated, and I'm staying in the hotel there. My name's
Okay.
And because I'm on location, I really can't run to a store right now. If you could please just set in 14 bottles of Vaseline.
13 bottles?
bottles of Vaseline?
Anything that can be used as a lube.
He's like, well, we might need your head in this scene later, so could you hang around? I'm like, all right, it's 5 a.m. though, and I really want to go, so can you do my scene first? He's like, sure, no problem. Couldn't do it. He's like, all right, you have to be in this car. We're going to film this other scene, and we can't see your head in this scene. So just keep your head down. I don't want to see you. And then we're going to film the scene, and then you put your head up. I'm like, all right. And it's this scene called The Swerve. And it's when the car swerves to the left and then comes back or something. Monty had to get that scene perfect, and it's 5:30 in the morning, and I'm trying to sleep in the back of the car, but it keeps swerving, and all I want to do is go to bed, and I'm not even in this stupid scene to begin with, and I'm like, why am I here? Every other actor's home. Shane left an hour ago, and finally Monty's like, all right, you can leave. We're not going to do your scene. And I'm like, oh, man, the swerve. That was my breaking point.
I asked a lot of all my friends. I had so much invested in this movie emotionally, and I had put in so much work that I had a very single-minded objective, and that was I was going to finish the film. So we are seeing the money run out, and we are seeing the money go to things that really aren't relevant to finishing the movie.
The crew always has to have the best food.
Sure, but I think a movie with a budget of this size should not be spending upwards of $10,000 a week on catering.
The food budget for the whole production was like 13, 14 grand. What are we getting served up today?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock chicken enchiladas, huh? So, I just did a quick amount of math, and I figured, we're gonna be at like 50 grand in food when we have 13 grand. We just, the first bill I look at, we're done.
Put it this way, we shot in Vegas, but the catering company that we hired was brought from LA to Vegas, which to me is absurd. In retrospect,
I brought it up to him, and his answer, if you can believe it, was he sat there and he goes, it'll all weigh out. And I just thought, oh no. I just couldn't believe how loose he was with the budget. It was shocking. First of all, he overloaded us on crew. Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
Really? Too big a crew?
Without question.
No, not enormous. We had an adequate crew. Yeah, we had maybe 4 electricians, 4 grips, 3 or 4 guys in the camera department, a couple people in wardrobe, a couple people in makeup, art direction, props.
Always there was some guys, two dudes, telling tales around a heater. Things just started to fall apart. One thing, not necessarily, the wheels didn't fall off or anything, just small stuff here and there.
So we lost our production supervisor. We lost our costume assistant. Our costume supervisor had been missing in action for several weeks. One day she just didn't come back anymore.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. And I still don't know.
Well, things thinned out, I noticed that.
Oh, there were fewer crew. No one I knew from before was there.
So Richie took over for costume.
At that point, I knew the movie was in trouble, because who in their right mind would have me as wardrobe?
When I went into the trailer, I'm not kidding, I literally saw a large pile of clothes.
At some point, the wardrobe changed from being a meticulously organized rack system to a giant pile of clothes in the corner of a trailer.
100 articles of clothing.
About 3.5 feet tall.
In a corner.
Probably not the best way to manage wardrobe.
That system was delivered to me. That's how it came.
Really? Maybe the costume girl quit.
So someone will come in and they'll say, scene 87, and then I'll come and I'll look in this book right here for scene 80, whatever, and then look at the picture. And then through this picture, I have to find the article of clothing in this mess right here. God, it was just a needle in a haystack. I remember I'd have to find something and I'd search 15 minutes and I'd be like, it's not here. It's gone. I can't find it. And then it'd be inside a jacket pocket.
No, I didn't care, as long as Richie picked the right costume for the scene.
And I mixed up a green and red striped white collared with a red and blue striped white collar, and these pinstripes were like this big, and I just was frantic and I needed to get it for the scene, and I was like, Monty, I ran out there and they already shot the scene. I was like, no, he's got the wrong pinstripe on.